Hello everyone, welcome to another week of As Real As I Can Be. My name is Khanyisa and this week I want to introduce myself to you. And so what brought this on is I've just been thinking about how when I watch YouTubers, I just feel like I have so many unanswered questions. And I thought I would introduce myself in this video so the people who watch me and the people who will be watching me in the future will know exactly who it is that is talking to them. And I wanted to share just a bit of who I am, where I come from, who my people are, what I do, what I'm passionate about. And so I've made a list of the things that I kind of want to ask other YouTubers, and I thought I would answer those questions about myself, right? And it's just basically random topics, random things that I feel like I would really like to tell you guys and share with you, so you just really know who this person who comes out here every week and talks to you is. And so the first thing I want to tell you is about my name. Just a quick background story about my name, which is really weird. My name is Khanyisa. That is the correct way of saying my name. I know based on the accent, some people say Khanyisa. I've been called Khanyisia. I've been called Nkingsa. I've been called Candy. I prefer Khanyisa or Khanyi. Some people are really close to me will call me Miss K. I'm okay with that. My name is actually from a language which is my first language. It's called isiXhosa, and that is one of the 11 official languages in South Africa. And my name in my language, it means light. So, and yeah, it just means light. Like I bring light wherever I go. Is what my grandmother imagined I would be doing when she gave me the name. So yeah, my name is Khanyisa. I'm from South Africa, like I said, but right now I am living in Seattle with my girlfriend. Her name is Indy, and we live with our dog Oliver, he's the best dog ever. Like, love this guy. We are obsessed with him. But yeah, it's just the three of us. We're here in Seattle. So that's just basically who I am. And then my siblings, so I'm just going to tell you, like I said, it's going to be some really random stuff. I have 7 siblings, which are, the children that belong to the 2 people who brought me into the world. But in hindsight, I'm an only child. So when my parents were little naughty teenagers, found a spot, banged it out, and I came about. They banged it out. It's so hard to think about your parents having sex, but it's healthy. Your parents should be having sex. But yeah, and they had me, and they decided, actually, I don't want to marry you. So they didn't marry each other. They married other people. So on my mom's side, I have 3 brothers. And on my dad's side, I have 3 sisters. So yeah, that means I have 6 siblings, but I also have loads of cousins. And the way that we've worked it out in my family, and I know that a lot of other black families as well in South Africa, our cousins are also our brothers and sisters. So I have a sister in Thailand who's my cousin. Our moms are sisters, but we actually look alike, and it's so weird to call her my cousin. She's just my sister. And so that's basically my family structure. I am not married yet. I am engaged to be married. This is why I wear this ring, but I'm not married yet. I've never been married. I am 35 years old. Whew. Yeah, I'm 35 years old. I'm actually really excited about my age because my mom was 37 years old when she passed in 2002, and so I've always had this excitement for the years that as I grow closer to that age, just to sort of pay honor to her and get really excited about hitting 37 years old. I know it's weird, but it's just this thing that I've always had. I keep telling my girlfriend that I want my 37th birthday to be huge, massive. Like, I want fireworks, but I hate fireworks because they drive dogs insane, and I love dogs. So maybe no fireworks, but I want something amazing for my 37th birthday, because my mom passed when she was 37. And I'm not gonna get into that. But I do want to, my favorite color, right? This is one of the things that I think people would like to know. It's things that I want to know about people. The honest truth is this. I don't think I have a favorite color. Stay with me. I like colors. I enjoy colors. I think it depends on what it is. So in my home, I like hints of red in the kitchen. With my clothes, I tend to go to the darker colors, but sometimes I'll shock myself and put on a pair of red pants. So with that sense, it's really hard for me to say this is my favorite color, right? Maybe green eyes. Green, because my partner has these beautiful green eyes. So maybe green is my favorite color because of that, but honestly I don't really have a favorite color, right? What's next? Favorite music? I like songs. I like I can listen to anything as long as it's a good song. I can dance to it. I can sing along. I can cry to it, like it gets me right there. So I don't really have like a specific genre of music where I'm like, this is my jam. Favorite books, because I am very big on self-development. This is our bookshelf. I know you can't see it, but it's a lot of self-development books. We have the 5 a.m. Club. We have A Course in Miracles, we have Brené Brown books, we have just books that are geared towards self-development. I love everything that's written by Jen Sincero on being a badass, but I do like sometimes to pick up a fiction book, and my go-to when I do that would be Chimamanda Ngozi, or I love Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart. I actually write about that in my book. So those would be my favorite go-to. I do read novels and stuff, but that's very rare for me. Like I said, I really prefer reading either memoirs or anything in the self-development or self-help or whatever you want to call it genre of reading. Is that good? Are you getting to know me? Education. So I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, and I think if you hearing that, you could sort of pick from the type of topics that I talk about. I'm really interested in the way our minds work and how we can change the way our minds work, and that's basically influenced by my love of psychology. I also have a master's degree from the University of Peace in Costa Rica, which is in gender and peace building. I value education. I also challenge our judgment of each other based on what education level we have. I think I have met geniuses with no degree, and I have met dumb people with 5 degrees. I think it's just part of my reluctance to talk about my education is on that. I feel like it doesn't really matter, but it also kind of matters, if that makes any sense. So anyway, yeah, that's my educational background. Traveling. Oh man, so I started traveling in 2010. And the reason I traveled was because I had just graduated from the University of the Western Cape in Cape Town in 2007. I did say I was 35 years old, and I struggled to get a job, so I was super depressed. And I also was very closeted. I was a closeted lesbian, very Christian, so many things were happening. and I just felt like I needed to get away. And I found out that people my age who had graduated either a few years before me or my year were going to South Korea to teach English. So I was like, sign me the fuck up, I am going. So that was 2010, and it's been the joy of my life, honestly. Like, this past 10 years of traveling for me have sort of forced me to live authentically. When I'm traveling, I don't, since leaving South Africa, I have no desire to be anything else but me. So I've traveled to a few different countries. I lived in South Korea, I lived in Costa Rica, I lived in the Philippines, I lived in Malaysia, I lived in Thailand. Now I'm living in America, it's been such a blessing. But I've also backpacked through Central America. I got to experience that culture. I traveled around Southeast Asia as well, with countries that I haven't really lived in but just sort of visited. So that's been amazing, and I can't wait for the world to open so I can do it again. Next stop is probably going to be Costa Rica, because my girlfriend really wants to go see it. Favorite country. People always ask me what my favorite country is. It's really hard for me to say. As you can see, I can't really commit to things that need to have a favorite, like color and music. But I feel like each country offered me something that I still carry on in my life. South Korea offered me the joy of living authentically, because that's where I came out, and that's where I was like, I'm coming out, I want the world to know, da 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 da. Like, I was just like in my gayness in South Korea. And then Malaysia offered me a more inclusive view on religions, because I grew up so Christian. I was always taught that Muslims are bad, Muslims kill each other, Muslims are not nice people, they pray to Allah. And in Malaysia, I got to break all of those stereotypes, and I still have some of my best friends are Muslims. Yeah, and so some of my best friends are they've always been Muslims, and they live in Malaysia. And in the Philippines, I learned how much I love being an entrepreneur, and that's where I developed this. When I lived in the Philippines, I started two businesses. I ran a party boat, and the money from the party boat ended up buying us, me and my ex-partner, land where we built sort of like an eco-resort situation. So from there I learned that I can do anything, that I don't have to be boxed in one career, and how much I just love being an entrepreneur. And I love like starting businesses and like talking my friends through starting their own businesses. So I learned that about myself in Thailand. In the Philippines. In Thailand, I learned to how similar we are in terms of how we live. I taught English to monks in Thailand, and I was just like, it's all the same stuff. It's all the same stuff, just different faces, different rules, different, and that I really appreciated about it. So what I'm trying to say is that I don't really have a favorite country. Each country offered me something that I still live up to today. In terms of food though, man, give me a Korean barbecue anytime, any day, baby. I will eat that shit up. Mexico has amazing food. Thailand has even that. So I don't really have favorites in that as well. But like, I think it's you can't really say this is, for me personally, I can't really say this is my favorite, because they are all so different. It's just comparing two of maybe 20 different things and trying to choose a favorite. I can't do it. I love all of it, except Philippines and food. Guys, don't get mad at me. It's not a really food. Philippines is beach. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous. I lived in Palawan, stunning. But food, questionable. The food is questionable. We'll leave it at that. Okay. Religion. I like to call myself a nun, which means I learn from all different types of religion. All of them. There are things that I love about Christianity. There are things I love about Islam. There are things I love about Buddhism. And so it's just all those school. I kind of want to refer it to school of thoughts instead of religions for me, because each has its thing that I'm like, I'm going to take that. I'm just not going to take that, you know? So yeah, but my practices include journaling in the morning and meditation and all that good stuff. But I'm not a religious person at all. I prefer to be a spiritual person than being a religious person, if that makes any sense. Friends. When I was younger, I used to have a lot of friends. It drove my grandmother insane. She would be like, why do you have so many friends? And so, but as I grew older, I also realized that the number of my friends just keeps getting lower and lower and lower. And honestly, I prefer it like this. There's no drama. I know exactly who people are in my life. I compartmentalize. Put them in proper compartments, and that has been very healing for me. So right now I'm sitting comfortably on 3 best friends, just chilling there. 3, they don't know each other, but they're all 3 my best friends. And then I'm sitting comfortably on maybe 10-ish or so close friends, and then like really close friends. And then, you know, and then it's people I know, or people who I've known and who were my friends and now are just people I know, you know, like that's part of growing up. It's either we grow towards each other or we grow apart, and that's the same in relationships, romantic relationships. Stop, can you come back? We're talking about you. So yeah, my friend group is pretty small. I have a pretty small friend group, and I honestly just enjoy having it as small as I have it now. Let me tell you, it's peaceful. The reason I started my YouTube channel is because I am starting off as a life coach, which I feel like is my calling. I feel like I'm good at a lot of things, and we all are. I'm good at, you know, writing. I'm good at talking. I'm good at running businesses. I'm good, but I feel like when it comes to a calling for me, that's life coaching. So that's where I am heading towards. And so if you stick with me on this channel, I'm really going to be pumping out some life-changing videos for you. I want you to stick with me here. I feel like this is going to be very helpful for you. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I'm a life coach, and it's exciting. I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited to step into that career, and let's see what we can mess up with some people's life, but not mess up, but like unlearn. We grow by unlearning. Learning, yes, but unlearning, oh, we are packed with so much shit that we need to let go. So my job as a life coach is to help you learn new stuff while you let go of that old shit. So that's what I do now. The last thing I wanted to talk about was like, if I were to give you any advice as you are sitting there being like, oh, now I know who she is, kind of sorta. The advice I would like to give you, which is, if you've watched my previous videos, it's something that I'm passionate about. You have to be you at all times. Like my motto is, I show up as myself all the time. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard, people, because we want so desperately to be loved and accepted. And sometimes, you know, when we show up as we are, we run the risk of not being loved and accepted. So we sort of morphed into what we think people are going to accept. But I just want to challenge you to find out. Some of us don't even know who we are. Find out who you are and just walk in that truth. So yeah, I feel like I have introduced myself to you. If you have any questions, anything you want to ask me, anything you feel like you would like to hear me talk about, you can just ask me in the comment section here on this YouTube video, or if I happen to be on your Instagram feed, ask me right there in the comments as well. Do subscribe to my channel and follow me on all the socials. I engage as much as I can, and I'll talk to you again next week. And yeah, tell me about yourself. Like, who are you? Do you even know? I don't know. Maybe you know, maybe you don't. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week and have a fantastic week. Bye.